Health and wellness is a broad category, and it goes beyond eating right and exercising, especially for women. A new studio is offering more options to take care of ourselves, and here to talk more about it is Nikki Russell. She's the owner of Aptitude Fitness in Clive. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So first, let's establish your credentials. You're an expert in this field.
Yes, so my husband and I opened Aptitude Fitness 3 years ago, and the studio is a boutique fitness studio really focused on functional health. And along with that, looking at holistically, it goes beyond just the workout, right? So it's also how to fuel right and just be able to do your life. So I went ahead and got my nutrition certification. And then just with my own journey as an endurance athlete, noticing changes within myself and my performance during different phases of my cycle, but not putting everything together at the beginning. I had a running coach who I was asking questions of, and he really didn't know, what the differences were. So I started diving in it more out of my curiosity, wanting to know what was going on with my body, and kind of went down a rabbit hole and thought a lot more women could benefit from learning how to fuel right, how to exercise, sleep, everything according to our cycle, so that we're really boosting hormone production.
Yeah, so there's a lot of noise about this in general. Perimenopause, menopause, long lists that people are putting out of, here are the 7 things you should never eat, or here are the top 5 things you should eat. So let's break it down for people. You've done a lot of research. What are some simple things we can be doing?
Well, the most simple thing is that we're not all the same. So going out and just saying a blanket statement like you should avoid these 7 things or you should eat these 5 things is going to be very individualistic. And it's also even more individualistic based on where you're at in your cycle. There are certain times during our cycle where we feel great, we have so much energy, and then other times where we may feel really fatigued. And my goal with creating the nutrition program that I did for women was what if we could take the guesswork out of it and you could just feel optimal throughout your entire cycle and not have all of the dips and the rises. So back to your question, there are points during your cycle where we naturally don't need as many carbs. And so we just don't need as many energy production. We don't need as much energy coming in, but we can still be very, very strong. So when we're at that point of our cycle, we're actually the strongest, which we also need less fuel during that time. So you may even notice this, not even necessarily with your workout, but in business and in everyday life as a mom. You can have a very, very full, busy schedule and you feel like you're on top of it, you're just crushing everything. And then 2 weeks later, you have the same schedule, but you feel like the world is falling apart and you just can't stay on top of it. That's all of our hormones. And so learning how to stabilize that, how to stabilize our blood sugar along the way so that we're not dipping it and not feeling out of control. That is the main point of the program.
Okay, and does the program have a name?
It's Your Cycle Optimized.
Okay, wonderful, and people can find it at Aptitude.
Yes.
What about along the lines of, I've seen a lot of content to, same theory, but with regard to what kind of exercise should we be doing during our cycle, and similarly trying to optimize the ebb and flow with our hormones?
The main thing is really listen to your body, because our body is very intuitive. But that also changes with where we're at in our cycle. There are certain times in our cycle where we really need to slow down, and we need to honor that because our body is working really, really hard. During that part of our cycle also, we are burning more calories and we need to be taking in more calories and not any type of restrictive diet. I will say, as far as nutrition is for women, any diet that restricts your proteins, carbs, or fats, any one of those is not healthy for women. We do fluctuate based on what we need during the different parts of our cycle. It's not going to be the same, but at no point should we be restricting any of that. We all need it to stay healthy and to keep our hormones producing and productive at a healthy level. So when it comes to exercise, towards the end of your cycle, we really just want to slow down. So that's when stretching, yoga, that type of stuff might be more beneficial to our body. Not to say that you can't lift weight, but you don't want to be trying to go out there and get your 1 rep max. That's not going to be your strongest part of your cycle. 2 weeks earlier would be. That is when we are going to be at our strongest, which is we're more physiologically like a male during that time of our cycle just because of the hormone production that is taking place. And so that's also when we need less carbs. So if you ever had a friend or a spouse that you were dieting with, or on a nutrition program with, and they're continuing to lose weight and you seem to have plateaued or even gained weight, it's because they don't have the hormone fluctuations. They have one hormone. We have three that are constantly fluctuating and declining and inclining. And so learning how to fuel your body so that we can keep our blood sugar stable during those fluctuations, and learning how to keep our body kind of like our engines burning inside so that we can continue on our journey, whether it is weight loss, improving performance at work or in your workouts, whatever it is. Nutrition can really have a large part in that. And one of the biggest things that I stress, I don't sell supplements. Supplements certainly have a place if we're not getting it enough in our diet, but I really love to coach with real food and going back to what can we get in nature and take out of that as far as nutrients that we need.
I was just going to say, do you think in this space a lot of people are making it too complicated?
Yes and no. I mean, it is complicated. I don't think, it would be hard to go out there and try to figure it out on yourself unless you have a lot of time to do the research, which is why I did create the program to take the guesswork out of it. I think that we probably don't need as many supplements as we're advertised to if we have the ability to incorporate more whole foods and clean eating into our diet.
Yeah. Okay, Nikki, thanks so much for being with us. Again, people can find you at Aptitude Fitness.